Before the nightmare truly begins, imagine being stranded on a deserted road in the middle of the night. No traffic, no lights, no people around for miles. Only silence. A silence so heavy it feels alive. 3 friends were returning from a late-night trip when suddenly their car broke down near an isolated industrial area outside Mumbai. At first, they laughed it off. One of them, Arjun, tried to stay positive. He told his friends not to panic because surely there had to be a mechanic or garage somewhere nearby. But his friends weren't convinced. The roads looked abandoned, and even the air around them felt strange, almost cursed. One of the girls nervously whispered, "Let's leave the car here and take a taxi. We can come back tomorrow morning with a mechanic." But Arjun refused to give up so easily. He smiled confidently and said, "This is Mumbai. This city never sleeps. I'll find help." Without waiting any longer, he began walking alone into the darkness while his friends stayed behind near the dead car. As Arjun walked farther down the lonely road, the atmosphere became more unsettling. There were no sounds of traffic, no barking dogs, not even the wind moved. It felt as if the entire world had frozen around him. After several minutes, he called his friend Shobha and admitted something strange. "You were right," he said with nervous laughter. "There's nobody here, not a single person." But before he could continue, he noticed an old man standing near the road. Relieved, Arjun rushed toward him and asked if there was a garage nearby. But instead of answering normally, the old man suddenly looked terrified. His face turned pale as he screamed, "Run away! Move from here immediately! The bus is coming!" Arjun frowned in confusion. "What bus?" he asked. But the old man stepped back in fear and shouted again, "Don't stand there! Run!" Then Arjun saw it. Out of the darkness, an old bus slowly appeared on the empty road. What made it terrifying wasn't its appearance, it was the silence. The massive vehicle moved without making a single sound. No engine noise, no brakes, nothing. It glided across the road like a ghost floating through the night. Its headlights flickered weakly, illuminating the empty road ahead. Arjun felt uneasy, but desperation forced him to stop it. "Please," he shouted, "can you help me? My friends are stranded nearby." The door slowly opened, and inside sat a strange conductor with a disturbing smile stretched across his face. His eyes looked cold and lifeless. In a calm voice, he said, "Come inside. We'll take you where you need to go." Arjun hesitated for a moment before stepping aboard. The moment he entered, a chill crawled through his body. The passengers inside looked unnatural. Every single person sat completely still. Nobody spoke, nobody moved. Their pale faces stared blankly ahead like lifeless dolls. Some looked asleep, while others looked dead. Trying to ignore the fear growing inside him, Arjun quickly called Shobha again and told her he had found transportation and would return soon. But that would be the last time anyone heard from him. Minutes passed. Horrifying screams echoed from inside the moving bus. "Stop the bus! Who are these people? Help me!" Then the call disconnected forever. Hours passed. Arjun never returned. Terrified, his friends finally went to the police station and reported everything to Inspector Deepankar, a sharp but skeptical officer who refused to believe ghost stories. When they described the silent bus, the inspector dismissed it immediately. "There are no buses running on that route at this hour," he said firmly. Still, something about their fear felt genuine, so he sent Constable Ramdas to investigate the deserted area. Ramdas searched the empty streets until he discovered something strange beneath an abandoned shelter. plates of half-eaten food, torn blankets, and signs that homeless people had been hiding there. Suddenly, shadows began moving around him. Several homeless men slowly emerged from the darkness. Ramdas questioned them about Arjun, but the moment he mentioned the bus, fear spread across their faces. One trembling old beggar whispered, "When the silent bus appears, people disappear." Ramdas grew irritated. "What nonsense are you talking about?" Another man pointed nervously toward the empty road and muttered, "Bus number 143S. Nobody knows where it comes from. Nobody knows where it goes. But whenever it appears, someone vanishes." The homeless men explained that whenever they saw the bus approaching, they hid immediately. According to them, anyone foolish enough to board it was never seen again. Ramdas ignored their warnings, but later that same night, he disappeared too. Only his abandoned motorcycle was found near the roadside. Now, even Inspector Deepankar began to feel uneasy. 2 people had vanished in one night. As the investigation deepened, more terrifying details emerged. Residents from the area spoke about a mysterious silent bus that had haunted the roads for years. Some claimed it appeared only after midnight. Others believed it searched for lonely travelers. One frightened witness named Tarachand described seeing the bus stop beside him late one night. "There was nobody else on the road," he said nervously, "but I felt like the bus was waiting for me, inviting me inside." Sweat rolled down his face as he continued speaking. "I can't explain it, but something inside me kept saying that if I entered that bus, I would never return alive." The inspector listened carefully. The fear in the man's eyes looked real. Soon they discovered an even darker truth. Over the past 3 years, 12 people had mysteriously disappeared from the same route. Every case happened late at night. Every victim was last seen near Route 61. And in one case, there had been a witness, a taxi driver named Vilas. But after what he witnessed, his mind completely lost its sanity and was admitted into a mental hospital. When the inspector met him, the terrified driver could barely speak. He kept muttering the same words repeatedly. "The bus, the same bus, the driver." Eventually, the broken man revealed what had happened that night. Years ago, while driving through the deserted industrial roads, he accidentally lost his way. That was when he saw a car stopped beside the road. The driver stepped out angrily and began arguing with someone inside a parked bus. But moments later, the man suddenly disappeared. Confused, Vilas approached the vehicle. What he saw inside destroyed his mind forever. The bus was empty, no passengers, no conductor, and no driver. Yet, suddenly, something appeared behind the steering wheel. A horrifying figure wearing a driver's uniform slowly materialized from thin air. Its face looked twisted beyond human imagination. Pale skin stretched unnaturally across a skeletal face. Its mouth opened into an impossible grin, while dark, hollow eyes stared directly at him. Then it laughed. A terrible, inhuman laugh. And without making a single sound, the bus drove away into the darkness. The missing man was never found again. Inspector Deepankar now realized this wasn't an ordinary case. Something evil was hunting people on Route 61. Digging through old transportation records, police finally uncovered the terrifying history behind Bus 143S. Decades earlier, a private bus had operated on that same route. Its driver was a mentally unstable alcoholic named Devdar. Witnesses claimed he had become dangerously disturbed before the accident. One stormy night, Devdar lost control of the bus.
The vehicle crashed violently, killing everyone inside. But according to survivors who saw the aftermath, Devdar kept laughing even while dying. After the tragedy, the route was permanently shut down. The bus was destroyed. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. Inspector Deepankar decided there was only one way to uncover the truth. He would board the bus himself. Late that night, police teams surrounded Route 61, while the inspector waited alone beside the empty road. The silence around him felt unnatural. Then, suddenly, headlights appeared in the distance. The silent bus had returned. It moved toward him without sound, gliding through the darkness like a creature from another world. The doors slowly opened.